Music blared from the television as I danced and sang to the songs of June. Who is June, you ask? Only the most famous and talented singer ever to walk the face of the earth. Hi, Hannah. Mom stepped into the living room and grabbed the TV remote from the sofa. She moved as if to change the channel, and I reared up like a tiger. Mom, don't you dare! Excuse me, did you purchase this television? Mom turned the television to one of her sitcoms. I snatched the remote and changed it back. I was here first, and I'm watching June. Mom tried to grab the remote from my hand, but I held on tightly. I bit Mom's hand. Hannah! With the remote in hand, I ran to the front door and threw the remote outside. When Mom went to get the remote, I locked her out of the house. Now, no one was going to disturb me while I was watching June. Hi, my name is Hannah, and I'm from New York. I've been a fangirl of June for as long as I could remember. I have all of his music, his merch, and even a 6-foot poster of him over my bed. Yeah, I know June has never revealed his face, and I have no idea what he really looks like, but his voice is so mesmerizing. And besides, what girl doesn't love a bit of mystery in her life? As a fangirl, it's my duty to bring up June in as many conversations as I possibly can. So one day, when Mrs. Joseph, my English teacher, asked the class, "Who makes you happy?" it was only right that when I answered, I'd answer with June's name attached to it. Mrs. Joseph went around the class taking answers from the other students. And when she got to me, I stood confidently. June makes me happy and cheerful because of the amazing music and videos he produces. June! I rolled my eyes. Bianca and I knew each other since kindergarten, and we were actually friends from preschool to primary school. But in high school, she fell into the popular crowd, became a netballer, and became really mean. Our friendship died soon after that. June will never like a loser like you. June could be standing right in front of you, and he'll never see you because you're so boring. All the popular kids began to laugh. I turned red as a cherry as I sank into my chair. I hated Bianca. Hey, Bianca, the only reason anybody notices you is because you're loud and obnoxious. Well, it could also be those uneven bangs, but hey, I smiled. Aiden was my best friend, and I always knew I could count on him to back me up. Bianca touched her hair self-consciously. My mother always told me that if I didn't have anything nice to say, then I shouldn't say anything at all. Aiden turned around and put his back to Bianca. The class guffawed, and Bianca glared at me, but she didn't say another word. Thank you. I winked at Aiden. When I was 9 years old, Aiden moved into our neighborhood. Over the years, we became best friends, even more so when Bianca ditched me. He's usually very shy and quiet, but he hates when his friends are being taken advantage of. He's super caring and super cute. But don't you dare tell him I said that. That's between us, okay? The bell rang and the students filtered out of the classroom. As we walked to our lockers, Aiden turned to me. So, what is it about this June character that has you so head over heels about him? Well, not only does he have an amazing set of pipes, he also does a lot of charity work, which shows that he's caring and thoughtful. How can you like someone without even seeing who they really are? I mean, what does he have to hide? He's always wearing that ridiculous mask. Did you ask me about June to make fun of me? I love June. I feel as though I'm connected to him. That's more than I can say for you right now. I turned to walk away, and Aiden held my hand. Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you upset. You know, I hate it when you're mad at me. Well, stop saying things to get me mad at you. It's really quite simple. We laughed. Another bell rang. Look, I've got one more class. I'll catch up with you tonight. I nodded and watched as Aiden walked towards his class. I was still kinda annoyed. What did Aiden have against June? Aiden was always supportive of me and motivated me in everything I did. Was he jealous of my fan crush on June? I hustled home because I wanted to get started on my history paper. But when I got there and opened Instagram, history was the last thing on my mind. I screamed as I read the post from June's fan page. June will be having a concert next Friday, and he has got a surprise for his fans! Next Friday was my birthday! I needed to be at that concert no matter what. As I scrolled through, I saw tons of posts gossiping about rumors that June may reveal his true identity at the concert. Immediately, I messaged Aiden and told him to call me as soon as he got home. About an hour later, Aiden called. Have you been on Insta? Did you see June's post? He's going to reveal himself next Friday at his concert! Well, at least that's the rumor. That will be the best birthday gift ever!
Slow down, Hannah.
Do you want to go to the concert with me? I doubt Mom and Dad will let me go alone, but they trust you. So what do you say?
So, if I take you to this concert, then I don't have to get you anything else for your birthday?
I still want my cheesecake, Aiden. Don't play with me.
Okay, fine. I'll organize the tickets, and it's a date.
I hung up the phone. I was on cloud 9. My birthday was going to be perfect. Early the next morning, I checked Insta again before I went to school, and what I saw had me shook. June's concert was sold out! No! I was about to turn off my phone when I came across Bianca's video in which she held up her tickets for June's concert. I'm so sorry for all the losers who didn't get any tickets to June's concert. I called Aiden frantically. Did you get the tickets?
Hannah, I plan on getting them today.
Today? I knew I should have gotten the tickets. All the tickets are sold out, Aiden!
Hannah, I'm so sorry. I was sure I could get my hands on 2 tickets.
Let's face it, Aiden. You're jealous of June, and you didn't want to go to this concert with me in the first place. At least you could have been honest about it. You ruined my birthday. I knew something like this was going to happen. I wasn't planning on missing June's concert. I had to get my hands on a ticket no matter what. The days leading up to my birthday, I avoided Aiden. I didn't answer any of his calls or text messages. If I saw him in the hallway, I pretended he wasn't there. I couldn't believe that the only thing I wanted for my birthday was out of reach. So, Hannah, what will you be wearing to June's concert this Friday? Oh, that's right. Poor Hannah didn't get a ticket. Bianca and her friends laughed. You're right. I don't have a ticket, but I also don't have a black eye. Before Bianca could register what I said to her, I punched her in the eye. Hard! She stumbled backwards and fell into Aiden's arms.
Hannah!
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with me? What are you? Bianca's little puppet!
Hannah, words are one thing, but hitting Bianca, you should have walked away.
One of Bianca's friends spoke up. Didn't you hear? Bianca and Aiden are going to June's concert together.
I glared at Aiden and walked away. Hannah, wait! But I didn't stop. I ran all the way home and slammed the door to my room. How dare Aiden yell at me in front of Bianca and her stooges? And on top of it, he's going to the concert with her! I had to stop them. The day before my birthday, I walked into school on a mission. Bianca brought her tickets to school every day, but today, she wasn't going to take them back home. I waited until lunchtime to make my move. I sat in the corner of the cafeteria and watched as Bianca waved her tickets in the air before she stuck them in the front pocket of her bag. Now was my chance. I got up with my tray in hand and bumped into Bianca and threw the bag on the floor. You dweeb! I'm so sorry, Bianca. I used the tray as a shield to grab the tickets between my fingers. I placed the bag back on the bench next to her. That's why losers aren't going to see June tomorrow. Bianca and her friends sniggered. Who's the loser now? I walked away quickly. A smile spread across my face. Hannah! I kept walking. I didn't stop. Hannah! Give Bianca back her tickets! I stopped and spun around. What did you just say? The tickets you took from Bianca's bag! Give them back! I looked over at Bianca, who searched her bag dramatically. You thief! I looked at Aiden. Are you going to make me give them back, Aiden? I know Bianca won't, or I'll give her another black eye to match the one her bad makeup job is trying to hide. Aiden walked over to me and snatched the tickets from under the tray. I dropped the tray on his foot, took the tickets, and tore them up. The entire cafeteria grew silent. I watched as Bianca sank to her knees and began to cry. It served her right after all the damage she'd done to others over the years. Sadness washed over Aiden's face. I came to the cafeteria to find you because I wanted to show you this. Aiden pulled 2 tickets from the pocket of his shirt. They were tickets to June's concert. Aiden turned away from me and walked over to Bianca and handed her the tickets. Bianca hugged Aiden and mouthed thank you to me with a smile on her face. I kicked the tray on the ground and stormed out of the cafeteria. The next morning, my alarm clock screamed at me and I threw it across the room. It was my birthday. Last night I begged my parents to stay home so I wouldn't have to face Bianca today. Luckily for me, they agreed to let me take the day off from school. I grabbed my phone and expected to see a happy birthday text from Aiden at 12 o'clock, which was our ritual, but there was none. After what happened yesterday, I wasn't sure if our friendship was gonna survive. I still couldn't believe that I had stolen Bianca's tickets and tore them up, which had cost me my tickets to see June and possibly my friendship with Aiden. By the time I dragged myself off my bed, both my parents had already left for work, but they left me a happy birthday card for me on the kitchen counter with breakfast. I spent my day sulking, watching television and eating junk food. Not the way I planned to spend my birthday, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. At around 5 p.m., my parents burst into the living room. Mom held a large rectangular box in her hand.
Happy birthday, sweetheart!
They looked on eagerly as I slowly opened the box. In the box was a beautiful red dress and one concert ticket for June's concert. In the box was a note. Happy birthday! I hope you wear this for tonight. I'm sure you'll look beautiful. My eyes widened as I clutched the ticket in my hand. Is this for real? My parents nodded and I jumped up from the sofa and hugged them. Thank you! Over the next few hours, Mom helped me with my hair and makeup as I got ready for the concert. I couldn't believe that I was actually going! I wish I had someone to share June's experience with, but at least it was better than watching movies on the sofa. Once dressed, my parents dropped me off at the entrance of the concert. Have fun, baby! Mom and Dad gave me a little wave before they drove away. Nervously, I walked towards the gate and stood in line with the rest of June's fans who were chatting excitedly. When I got to the head of the line and handed over my ticket, the guy looked at me and then called over one of his associates. My heart skipped a beat. Was something wrong with my ticket? Is something wrong? The guy behind the counter said, No, but we've been asked to personally escort you to our VIP section. VIP? My eyes twinkled. The man smiled and nodded. His associate walked up to me and introduced himself as Brian. As we walked through the crowd, I spotted Bianca, who waved. I'm off to VIP! The look of awe, followed closely by disgust on her face, was worth it. I placed an L on my head and smiled at her. I knew it was a bit mean, but it felt so satisfying. But where was Aiden? I expected him to be draped on Bianca's arm like every other boy that ever went anywhere with Bianca. I soon forgot about Bianca and Aiden when I arrived at the VIP section and took my seat. The VIP had food, drinks, servers, but I was too excited to eat or drink anything. About 15 minutes later, the lights dimmed. Smoke filled the stage, and I chanted with the other fans in anticipation. June! 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 The crowd roared when June stepped onto the stage and began to perform. I sang all his songs word for word. I couldn't believe that this was really happening. Then something happened that changed my life forever. After his final song, June addressed the audience. I'd like to thank you all for joining me tonight and making this concert a success. The crowd cheered. Tonight is the birthday of someone who is very special to me. I did this concert with her in mind, and yes, the rumor of my big reveal tonight is true. Help me count down and then I'll remove my mask. As the crowd counted down, anticipation and excitement filled the air. 3, 2, 1! June pulled the mask off his face, and I gasped. Aiden! Suddenly, the spotlight shone on me. I spent all this time hiding, afraid of telling people who I was, scared of what they'd think. But when I thought of my friendships, I realized that I was keeping a part of me hidden, and I didn't want to do that anymore. Aiden looked directly at me. Hannah, you mean the world to me. I chose my stage name based on the month we first met. You have changed my life in so many ways. Aiden jumped down from the stage and walked towards me. My heart fluttered as our eyes met. He held my hand. I'm sorry that I made you feel as though I didn't care. The fact is, I care about you. A lot. I'd love to take you out on a real date, if you'd let me. I nodded my head, too afraid to speak. Aiden leaned in and kissed me in front of thousands of people. Our first kiss! The crowd cheered. Aiden pulled away. Happy birthday, beautiful. Then he kissed me again.